Today is Monday, May 23rd. We're gonna do a little exterior update here. Just a brief clip. I've been out here for a little bit. I was supposed to cut the grass, didn't happen because I've been fucking with some roots. So let's take a look at them. We had that big tree taken out, if you remember, kind of last summer when we walked it, when we first moved in there, but there's some roots still kind of like next to this, you know, the whole thing here, the sidewalk, walkway thing. So I've just been cutting them out with my dad's chainsaw over there and this shovel that I fucked up, but I don't care about that shovel. So anyway, I'm trying to get this stuff out of here. So, because kind of this is the start of the plan. Also, like, I don't know how big these roots are. I mean, like, some of them were pretty thick, and this one is very difficult to get out. It's so close to the thing. I don't know. I should probably just not even worry about it, because I would like to get the walkway kind of redone here at some point. I'm not sure how the sidewalk works, though. I don't know whose. I think that's our responsibility, and that is a little cracked and stuff, but I'm not worried about that. But the point is that, like, I don't want to have to do stuff and then redo it. So been talking to a couple people. I think what we're gonna do is end up doing this walkway here at some point, because like I said, it's all messed up here because of those roots. So it would be really nice, like, if I could just get underneath all this, kind of tear this out like a little bit as far as the stuff underneath there, so we don't have any more of these problems. I'm literally never gonna plant a large tree ever again in any yard that I ever live. I hate roots. But take care of all that, then it'll be a beautiful little walkway there. And then the ultimate plan is I will overlay a little thing here. I'll show you what it looks like currently, and then I'm gonna overlay some preliminary thoughts and ideas as to what we wanna do and how we wanna change this front, like the front yard here. I think it's gonna look really good if we implement a lot of the stuff. I'm just gonna make it look, the front of the house look a lot nicer. I mean, again, the tree was a huge step in the right direction there. But the stuff there, just kind of get rid of all that shit. You know, make it look a little more modern, a little cleaner. Fix that wall over there. I don't really know what to do on that yet, but I mean, it's a nice little house. It's got a nice little symmetric shape to it, symmetric front, but definitely want to make some of those modifications that, you know, were on the screen there in that render. Just the initial stuff. Nothing super duper crazy. You know, like something like painting the house or whatever, that might be a little later, but if we do just kind of this concrete work and then a little bit of landscaping here right under the windows, I think it can make it look really nice, increase curb appeal, increase the value of the house, maybe a little pressure washing up there. I don't know exactly what the hell that's from, but it's an old house, you know? It's been around for a while, and not trying to make it look like Taj Mahal or do anything super crazy. I think just these updates that we made in the interior and then stuff on the exterior here, I think it's gonna make it look a lot better, and just be, you know, make the value increase a little bit here and there. But yeah, I still need to make the smart home video, because shit like this is awesome. Well, this one's kind of a little piece of shit sometimes, because I don't know what the deal is there. Sometimes it says it doesn't have enough battery power or whatever, but it's hardwired. I don't understand. But that'll be a great video. Excited to make that one. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. I want to do a little bit more work. Obviously, we have a whole basement to complete. We have some upstairs projects still to do. But yeah, I mean, we're moving and grooving. I want to get this root out of here. It's kind of starting to rain, so I'm probably going to wrap this up. But that is kind of the update on the front yard. And yeah, we'll see you when I do something next, whenever that is. Alrighty, today is May 25th. It's a Wednesday, yeah. I think the last thing I filmed, I was outside doing some work out there. Yesterday, in between that clip and this clip, I cut the grass, and I'm just gonna, real quick, talk about that. I don't hate cutting grass. I hate the fact that our yard currently has so many like things in it. We did a good job to you know, mitigate some of that in the back, but there's just still so many places where, like, I'd have to weed whack, and I don't want to weed whack because I just don't like the way that the stuff is set up. So we're gonna work through that. It looks, you know, 50% better than it did after I cut the grass, because I waited too long to cut the grass, but that's fine. But anyway, we're inside today, okay? And I'm just gonna kind of walk through some of the things that I'm thinking about, hopefully help, you know, myself as far as like organization, and maybe give you guys some ideas as far as just the things that we're doing, because I'm trying to declutter some more from what we're doing, and I'm trying to finish parts of this job that we haven't done. Like this whole house thing. Let's just talk about it. So we're in the office here. Over here we have Amanda's desk. It's been cluttered because Amanda's not been in the desk, like really been sitting at the desk at all, because I've had her chair because Herman Miller, it's a long story. Hopefully it's finally getting shipped, but it's been 3 months. I tried to buy a chair and it's taken a long time. So hopefully at some point we finish this and I can give Amanda her chair back. Anyway, we have the whole setup there. Again, like she's not going to be at it probably too much, but you know, I was just trying to like declutter some of that stuff. So I don't know, ultimately that's kind of, I'm going to need her help there as well. But then we have the shit that I just threw on the bed over here. This was from kind of just accumulation of different things. A lot of the stuff, and this is like the worst part about like renovating, I would say, is you just get so many extra pieces. Like we bought like just all of this shit here is from like the TV and the TV mount, and then the soundbar mount and the soundbar, like all sorts of stuff here. So I'm trying to just get rid of everything that I can. Unfortunately, this is like the worst part. One of the worst things, at least for me, is like, what are you going to do with these, right? Like these are the TV stands. So, you know, like the legs to the TV. If you are going to sell the TV at any point, or you have any, and I've sold TVs in the past, like if you have any like potential, ambition to sell your TV later on for even like a couple bucks or whatever, you should probably have the feet, because somebody might want the feet. So it's like, you got to put those somewhere and hold on to them. So that's kind of annoying, but that's just, you know, one of the shitty things about it. But anyway, you know, just more stuff on here that I either need to throw away or deal with or whatever. And it's tough when you own a home, because like, this is another example. This was something we used to line the pantry, and I'm probably not really going to use this anymore for anything else. So, you know, it's either you throw the stuff away or you put it somewhere that you know where it is, and then you got to try to find it if you ever need it. So it's just a pain. So point is, try to be as essential or as minimalist as possible is kind of my approach, but it's sometimes inevitable, and it doesn't end up that way. So, but that's what we got going on. I bought this coat, you know, rod hanger thing, and I was thinking about not necessarily in here, but I mean, I do need a rod here, but that wasn't what I purchased it for. I purchased it for the coat closet and the entryway, which we'll talk about. But yeah, so we got that, and then I have some like extra clothes and shit. Like I never wear jeans and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know, like I don't want to necessarily get rid of all that, because like those are some things that I need, but I got to do something with that shit. And then down here, you know, I mean, I don't know, it's just a kind of a shit show. I mean, we have like these pieces like from this computer again, right? Because like this monitor has, I mounted it, so that's like a different thing, and I don't, that's the same thing as like the TV situation, right? It's like if you ever plan on potentially selling that, you should probably keep the pieces to it, and it's just like, I don't know. So anyway, I'd like to spruce this up a little bit better, and like, because I do have some clothes to hang, so I need a rod there, and then I don't know what else. So that's pretty much it, and we still got our beautiful setup up here. That's awesome. I'm gonna actually I'll talk about this in a little bit because I was downstairs. I'm gonna make a smart home video here pretty soon, like a whole walkthrough and everything like that. So I'm very excited to finally share that, because it's come along pretty well. But yeah, let's go check out the entryway, because I was working in here, then I was working there, and then I was working downstairs too. So let's go check out that front closet for a second. Okay, so we're in our beautiful living room here. Love it. But we're talking about this right here, the front entryway coat closet thingy. So I obviously still have a little bit more like stuff to do. So some of these things up here, like for instance, that little quarter round strip won't be up there anymore. But I'm struggling here. Honestly, I've been struggling for a long time with this coat closet, because it's a nice little thing. I don't really like it. I don't really want it to be here. But like that was my first thought, because it kind of just like, it's kind of weird. I would rather just be like a big open area there. And you just come in and you can just go straight into the kitchen or whatever, make it a little bit more open. But ultimately right now it's staying, and it has to stay, I guess, unless all that shit was relocated. We don't need to talk about that for the 13th time, but let's talk about like what I need to do here, and what I'm going to try to accomplish. And that is like, we need to put something here. Like Amanda wants to have coats here. So my thought was, I had that rod that I showed you in the other room, and I was going to just put it right here, because there was a rod at one point. Not a bad idea, but I don't know about anybody. Maybe somebody can give me some, thoughts on this. I have actually, the more that I thought about that, I was like, I have never once put a coat on a hanger and then put it on a rod. Like, I've always had hooks. So I was like, I don't really want to do that. So I need to like continue to talk with Amanda about that a little bit. But my thought was maybe we could just go like, instead of a rod, we just have like a hook here, like either multiple hooks or like one of those where you have like 2 hooks or something like that. Because I mean, you could put like, you know, probably 2 coats on a hook too or whatever. But you know, just like hooks back here, maybe even hooks on the side. And then that would be like really cool. Like there's just like, you know, coats all around the side. And then in the middle or whatever, again, I don't like that these are here because I just don't like the placement. It's not great. You know, whatever with the broom and that thing, but this thing specifically, like I need to put an outlet in this closet if we're going to do that. If we're going to keep that in there, because that's a cordless thing that needs charged. But the point is that, you know, I gotta figure out like kind of what we're going to do here and deal with that. And like I said, I don't think I'm going to do a rod. I think I'm just going to do the hooks situation there, and then something up there. Obviously that mailbox needs to go in the front of the house at some point. But more that I think about that too is like that was super probably premature, because if we ever do paint the house, we'd have to take the mailbox off perhaps and then put it back. I don't know. So that might not happen right now. Yeah, and then just some other like attachments and shit for like these 2 things. So just some way. I need to do some way to like make it all nice, make it all organized, and you know, useful for coats and shit like that. So that's a little DIY creative project that I need to deal with. But yeah, so that's the coat closet. Let's go take a look downstairs. I have no idea why, but I'm like fixated on this laundry room. And I think it's just because like it's a big space that has like a lot of potential for, you know, how do I put this? Like, not necessarily like a lot of things. It's a goddamn laundry room. But I mean like that you store things in a laundry room, right? Like, and just as a homeowner, and me being like crazy like that, I'm thinking about all these different things. So I'll just kind of walk through it. So we're in the laundry room here. So, and this is completely raw. I'm going to tell you exactly, I've been moving stuff around and messing with stuff. So like, I'm going to tell you exactly why it looks like shit. But I got some ideas. So let's just kind of start here. Obviously there's a lot of shit on the floor here, because we just kind of, there's 2 hampers in the bedroom, and then like Amanda brings it down, she does laundry and shit like that. So my first thought is we should probably get something here so there isn't just like a bunch of clothes sitting here. So definitely a hamper right there, just so like when I come home from hockey, my normal routine is I just come in here, we'll see like where the hockey stuff is currently that needs to get changed, and then like, you know, boom, just in the washer or whatever. Those are kind of just chilling there because I think they require, you know, probably that coat rack thing up there or whatever. I don't know about this thing. There's nothing in there right now. It's just such a weird thing in a weird spot that I don't know. Honestly, I don't really see a great use for it. So that might get changed at some point. Stationary tub, fine, whatever. Laundry, shit, that's cool. Beautiful little paper towel thing that I need to do. Another problem that we have here is that Amanda likes to leave stuff just like on any flat surface. Now, I'm not blaming her. There's some things that don't have a place, but the point is that like this right here, this is just like, this doesn't seem like efficient to me in any sort of stretch. So like, you know, stuff like this needs to be like somewhere. Like there needs to be like a shelf, you know, like here or something creative or whatever, where like you could just like set this shit like right here. And then like, you know, when you use it and then you put it back or whatever, rather than just like being here, because then shit just gets cluttered. Like this is literally how things happen. And it's not like a huge deal, but it is like very just like stupid, tiny stress that like builds up in your life when you have shit all over the place. Don't tell me that that's not true. So, got to deal with that. Then I have this thing out because I was just going to like vacuum in there because there's like some lint and shit. But then what else do we have? That's going to make noise. There we go. Up here is a problem. And this is totally my area here. I need to wire manage obviously, but I wasn't sure like what we were doing with like the freezer, because there's literally nothing in here. And then also like, you know, just kind of the power, you know, cord management, all that sort of stuff. Need to deal with all that, but that's, you know, kind of just chilling there. So whatever. Over here, not too much to really, you know, talk about. I mean, obviously we got the panel and stuff, which is a rat's nest inside there. We should probably fix that at some point, but that is the case. One quick fun thing is yesterday when I was outside, I actually turned that valve on right there, that little yellow valve. There's a spigot on the other side of that wall, and that's the valve to, you know, obviously let the water flow. And it was dripping a little bit when I turned that on. Not too much on the inside here, but on the outside, like, that valve is shitty too. So I don't know. It worked out. I was trying to clean out the condenser, like the air conditioning condenser outside, like the coil and shit like that. So I was just like spraying because it's right next to that. Hopefully, as a side note, hopefully that made the air conditioning even more efficient. I don't know for certain, but hopefully. I'm sure it was probably never really like squirted off or whatever, like the inside, because like dirt and shit gets in there. But anyway, hopefully that's a step in the right direction. We'll find out on the next hot day. Anyway, that little thing back there is a piece to the table that I really dislike up in the kitchen, just because like it has like grooves and shit in it. Doesn't really matter, but again, not probably gonna mess with that right now, but like that's just something there. Fans, probably don't need both. Probably gonna get rid of one. Drying rack type of situation. I actually turned this. It was moved. It was like on this wall over here, and I turned it that way. And Amanda literally just like puts covers, like blankets in there. So I don't know what the heck we're gonna do with that yet. But you know, potential storage area or like an idea for different storage areas. I don't know where to put little minis thing there. Maybe on top of that or something. I don't know. And then like this area over here, if I can kind of get a wider angle of this. So this is what I'm talking about. There's so much space in here that I just need to design a better way to, you know, just like store shit. Okay, so this thing has some drawers down here, and it was, I think, originally kind of like to fold clothes, but Amanda doesn't even like to fold clothes down here. She just like puts the shit in the hamper, walks it upstairs, and then folds it upstairs. So that's probably not even necessary. Again, it's just a flat surface with stuff on it. So there's nothing in there, and I don't think we're going to end up using that because it's not really conducive to the things that we kind of need to. And it's a little beat up there, obviously, with the tape and everything. But my point is that I'm envisioning something different here. This thing is actually, you know, albeit just like a simple little thing, it actually is holding a bunch of shit. And that's like kind of where we hold everything right now. You know, so like, you know, just like when we reorder like toilet paper or paper towels or tissues or whatever, you know, got to go in there. I just had to order some more tissues, which are outrageously priced for 3-ply. Quick funny story about that. I got some 3-ply, like 8 boxes of 3-ply Kleenex for $12 in April, and in June or July, or I'm sorry, January or whatever. And then I just checked again, and it's like 25 or 27. So I don't know what the hell happened there, but yeah, that happened. So that's funny. But yeah, so that's kind of the storage situation. We're never going to buy any soap again. I mean, because we got like 40 things of soap and all sorts of other stuff. Yeah, we got to make sure that, like, that's like, again, these are the home tips that I give people. Okay. This is what you need to like realize, like when you become a homeowner and you actually have to inventory your own shit. If you care. If you don't care, then you just fly by the seat of your pants or whatever. But I'm saying, like, the way that it flows here, and I didn't actually talk about this upstairs, I should have, because I kind of started there this morning, like the linen closet upstairs, right? It's kind of just like this thing, but it's a closet. There is shit in there that you use in the bathroom that's right next to the linen closet, okay? And then like you have to have somewhere to store the stuff, like the stuff that's not being used at all, like your inventory. Well, that's kind of right here. So it's just, the point is, like, you don't really know. Like, you should just try to be on top of that and try to automate it as much as possible. Like, for instance, I haven't done it yet, but Amazon has a thing where you can buy a product, like, you could subscribe and buy a product every, like, month. Like, for instance, if you go through, let's say you go through tissues, like, you buy an 8-pack of tissues and you go through it every three months or something like that. You could just subscribe, so every 3 months they send you tissues. Something simple, but it would probably, I think you also save a little bit of money, but it would also maybe just help you save time. So if that's something you're interested in, look at it. I know that I'm interested in it, but I haven't implemented it yet. So there's all that. You know, got to just deal with that, trying to clean things up, make things a little more efficient. And then over here, we have car tissues because they're tiny. Don't know where to put those yet. But yeah, so bottom line, I think we got to do something with this. This is kind of cool, but it could be modified slightly because, and we'll talk about over here, this is a real pain and thorn in my side right now, like this room here. And like I don't know I don't know how to like fully articulate it because there's so much going on in here. But it's such a good space that's going to get utilized for ultimately the podcast stuff whenever we get there. So, the first thing is I hate the carpet. I mean, I need to clean it or something. That's the first thing. But the second thing is like, let's just start here. So there's like some stuff here. Like this is like kind of like gym stuff, which obviously the gym is not complete. There is some outdoors type stuff that would probably go in the garage as I continue to fix that up. And then over here, this is just a medley of shit in this like little storage area that we should probably go through, throw a lot of shit out, or just figure out like where the best place for it would be, which again, not a ton of storage space in this house. So that's going to be interesting. And then over here, this is where I have just kind of commandeered from like my hockey stuff. So whether it's like, you know, like hoodies or pants or shorts or, you know, like shirts and all that sort of stuff. This is kind of where that is. So like any hockey clothes and like a little bit of the hockey gear or whatever. I don't really like this whatsoever. And underneath of it is like boxes of life-proof flooring that I purchased to finish the upstairs. So the upstairs is finished, right? Like the bedroom, the office, the hallway, the living room, even the middle, you know, entryway and transition, all that. But I purchased, I'm pretty sure, enough square footage to cover the kitchen, like the whole upstairs. So the kitchen, and I think even the bathroom. I don't envision myself ever doing the bathroom though. But the kitchen definitely, but not now. And I don't know what to say on that because the kitchen would need to be kind of like redone, and that's a big expense that we are not doing right now. So the point is that I need to store this floor somewhere, and I don't really want it to be right here kind of in the podcast studio. So one of the ideas I had is if we could kind of like limit this area and get it in there, because the other thing is the garage is kind of climate controlled, but not really. You know, it still gets kind of cold, kind of hot. So I don't really know if you're supposed to store that like somewhere. So like somewhere specific, but in here is probably fine. And in there would be probably fine. So that's kind of my idea. And the other thing that I was talking about, to go back to the laundry room type thing, is all of this hockey shit would be very nice if I could put it either in this thing, but probably not in this thing, but in something like this, or like not even in something, but maybe on like some shelving or something right there. That would actually be fantastic. I think I'm really going to lobby for that. With Amanda is get this thing out of here and put like some sort of thing where we can work up, you know, like a shelving type thing, and then we could have like, you know, those bins of clothes on there or something like that, or anything. It doesn't have to be that, but just a different way to do it, because I think that would really help. So got all that. Obviously we got the camera, we got the filming equipment, have no idea what the hell we'll do with that, but this would ultimately supposed to be the podcast studio, so we have that kind of set up there. We have some stuff over here that I'm not sure what this is. This isn't mine. This is like Amanda's, like this little stack here and that sort of stack. So I don't know what that is. We'd have to find a place for that or whatever. And then all this shit, I just actually took some pictures of this stuff because there's nothing in these boxes, but there is, it's all the boxes to like all the smart home stuff. So I'm going to do that smart home video sometime soon. And I want to take a nice thumbnail with all the shit there, all the thousands of dollars I've spent on the smart home stuff here, but well worth it because it's made our lives a lot more convenient and a lot more fun in a lot of ways. And ultimately, you know, too, I don't know about this, and I don't know. I should probably look into it, but I don't give a shit about it right now because it's a long way off. But like at some point, I think it's probably going to increase the value of the home at least slightly, because I think people are going to be like, oh, that's really cool. So maybe, I don't know, fingers crossed. Anyway, that's kind of it as far as like what I'm kind of working on. I know this was just like a long ass update clip, but you know, just things like that. Like that man has got this thing of shoes in here. This gym is not a gym right now. Remember how it looks, because one day it will. It's just kind of like a dungeon at this point. But like I have the ideas. I'm trying to do a lot of the planning, but like something like this. Another thing things that were in there is like I bought the handles for like this door and for that door and like the hinges and all that sort of stuff when I was buying all the stuff for upstairs. So like I actually have a decent bit of the like material to kind of do some of at least definitely the finish work down here. But I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do on the walls. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do on the ceiling there, and then, you know, lighting and stuff. So I don't know. I want to keep it so simple down here because it's just one room. It's just one little area. I don't want to do anything drastic. I just want to get it done and get the flooring back done and everything, whatever the hell we need to do there. If we need to add like a little, you know, subfloor type panel thing or whatever, and then throw some rubber down or whatever, that's fine. Something. I don't know. I need this to get done, and I'm not even started yet because I don't know how much money this is gonna cost. Like I'd have to like, potentially whatever we do on the walls, I'd have to kind of like reframe some of that. It's kind of weird because, you know, I didn't really take anything down over here, so I don't know exactly what that's like. I'm not at all regretful for taking all this shit down. It needed to come down, and it honestly, like, I think it's helped tremendously because like definitely gave us time to kind of see what is going on back there. And even the ceiling too, like it's all gonna get rectified here, but the ceiling especially, last thing I'll say here, the ceiling especially, because everything upstairs is finished, right? Like we just did the floor and everything like that. I would have, like, if something happens there, pray to God not, but if something happens up there, I want to be able to access it via the ceiling here. So I'm not gonna do anything permanent. I'm definitely not putting drywall up there. I might just spray the damn thing, like I said, and not even put anything, like just an exposed ceiling. Maybe a drop ceiling. That's why I haven't ripped down these other little guys here. You know, these long ones, but I don't know. The point is that I got to continue to do some more work here. Try to get this stuff, I don't know, just keep moving forward. But yeah, so that's the update there. And I don't know, let's keep going. But I'm actually going to go ahead and end this video here. So thank you guys so much for the support. I greatly appreciate it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And I will talk to you in the next one.